right to left as we see it here at the facility at Noble Hall Field. Stacy back in studio. Thank you for keeping us on the air, and we are underway for your third quarter of play, and it is not fielded cleanly but picked up by Duluth East, and it is Lou, and he's got some room to run. He's across the, he might go. He's to the 50. He cut inside to the 40. He's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Greyhounds, and just a couple of quick moves, and he flew down the field, and a special teams touchdown for Duluth East. It is 28-6, Grand Rapids, and that's how we're going to start the third quarter, Jim.
Yeah, Lou taking that one from about the 10-yard. Raleigh really got a hold of that one, but kind of a line drive kick. Rapids had good coverage on it, but Duluth set up a some nice blocking there for Lou to run up middle. He cut it back right, and he got an open space. Lou's showing some speed. He was gone.
And they will go for two. Emerson's going to throw it, and it will be incomplete. Tried to go to Lou again. He was cutting on the inside slant, but good coverage by the Thunderhawks. And we are going to now receive the football. So they kind of started off with a big bang here in the second half as Grand Rapids did in the first half.
Yeah, that was even quicker than Rapids in the first half. Actually, 11:46, exactly the same time. So a real quick score again. Unfortunately, that one went up for the Greyhounds. No more shutout here, but the defense, that was a special teams touchdown, so our defense still not giving up a touchdown here within the conference.
And that is a First National Agency of Coleraine third quarter to get us started. Again, our halftime brought to you by Pekegama Electric. So if you're watching via our stream, 28-7. Again, third quarter brought to you by First National Agency of Coleraine. I think I've got some different internet going, and maybe we'll continue to keep that connection. Always technical something, Jim. As we are kicking from left to right for Duluth East. It is going to be fielded and out of bounds for Grand Rapids near the 30-yard line, and that's where they will take over. First attempt from their own 30-yard line.
Noah Kinkle on the return there for Grand Rapids, able to take that in and get a little bit of yardage back. Rapids setting up pretty good here right about 30-yard line.
We'll see what the offense elects to do here as it is 28-6. Excuse me. Of course, they went for two and did not get it. And Spawn will be leading the charge here under center, and he will take it himself, and not a lot going to lose the East defense, kind of swallowing him up there.
Yeah, I think Spawn wanted to pitch out to Ravers there, but he was wrapped up real quick there by the defensive line of Duluth East, and Spawn nowhere to go with that one, but down to the ground.
I'm going to be now second down and 10. They'll say no gain on the play, so ball is at the 30-yard line. Of Grand Rapids. Moving from right to left as we see it here in the third quarter. Spawn will send Ravers from left to right, and now they will reset. Spawn backs out from under center. Ravers will reset, and they will hand this off inside to Arlt, who is getting the second half start. And not a lot going. Duluth East come out here second half, Jim, and they're firing a little bit.
Yeah, Arlt with nowhere to go on that one. Like half of the Duluth East defense had him wrapped up there. He was not going to bust that one loose.
So third down and 9, ball at the 31-yard line. That's about the 30 and a half if I can see it here in between the hashes. And they all line up. They're double tight. Double wing, fullback formation. They pitch it near side, and it's Steele. He cuts up field, and he'll get to near the 35, but well short of a first down for Grand Rapids. And this will be an interesting call of what they will do on fourth down. Is it's fourth down and 5 from the 35-yard line of the Thunderhawks, and the punting unit will come on. So after Duluth East takes the opening kickoff of the second half back for a touchdown, Grand Rapids goes 3 and out.
Yeah, they just didn't get much going on that one. So Duluth East doing a good job of stuffing things up inside there and wrapping up Spawn on that first down run. Nothing to do.
9.5 minutes, third quarter. It's 28-6. Rabers with the punt. He kicks it, it'll bounce and get a Thunderhawks bounce and keep rolling to near the 25-yard line, and that's where it'll be picked up, and Duluth East will take over offensively.
Rabers with a nice kick there. About 42 yards on that one.
So we've seen a couple different punters of Rabers handling kicking duties today, but we've seen Connor Keith handle some punting duties, so some rotation there. And a lot of different guys getting some playing time in a lot of different places.
Yeah, it's good to have depth all around. That seems like the Thunderhawks have that this year. Just real fortunate, especially when you occasionally come up with an injury such as we're seeing tonight with McNear and when you got a guy like Spawn.
And Emerson pitches as it gets on the ground, but picked up and blown up then by the Thunderhawks. Again, Duluth East moves very rapidly offensively. They do not take any time. Spawn is there, as well as Giffen.
Yeah, just a great job of pursuit there by the Grand Rapids defense, just not allowing Aaron's anything.
So 28-6 is your score. 9-10, third quarter. Grand Rapids with the lead. Lone touchdown by East is a special teams touchdown. In fact, the opening kickoff to the second half. So it's second down and 10. Ball at the 25. Emerson's back to pass. He throws it and bounces it. Far side in front of Lou. And probably a good thing there, too. The receivers are running some decent routes, and they've gotten open. And when Emerson hasn't been all that accurate, I mean, he's got some big plays. He had that big pass play down the middle of the field, but he's also missed his open receivers a few times.
Yeah, well, once again, the Rapids defense so disruptive and kind of in his face all night.
So 3rd and 10 from their own 25, moving from left to right. They'll pitch it left side and making a move and just getting under the hands, I believe, of Grady Giffen, but still not a lot going, as he slowed him up enough that the rest of Thunderhawk defense kind of came and cleaned things up against Aaron's. And this will be a 4th down and long for the Greyhounds.
Giffen had him for the big loss there. Did his job, turned him in there. Aaron's was able to get free, but didn't get anything on that one.
And so this will be where Emerson backs up, almost just in a shotgun position. Low snap is blocked again by Grand Rapids, and it's rolling, and spinning. And it will be shy of the 40-yard line. And Grand Rapids, boy, they get in that backfield quickly, and they will take over with great field position here on this offensive possession.
And Emerson only dropping back about 7-8 yards, and that, to me, just isn't enough space. Grand Rapids with that huge rush, getting hands on the ball. You're not going to get a kickoff with that kind of separation.
I'm interested why they do that, because it's almost like they could run an offensive play, but it's not working when you're trying to do the punting unit out there. But Spawn's under center. T formation behind him. He will hand this one off, and coming off the left side of the line is Thiel, and he's kind of trying to roll over Greyhound defenders and push his way forward.
I don't know if his knee ever did hit the ground. He was just kind of running on top of people.
I think he wanted to keep going. He said, I was never down. But just a gain of 2 is what they will rule it here. 2nd down and 8, ball at the 37-yard line of the Greyhounds. Moving from right to left are the Thunderhawks.
Mason Johnson continuing to just play defense as filling in at fullback for Grand Rapids.
Rabers is to the left. Thiel is to the right. Twins to the right as far as receivers. Pitch to Rabers. Right side, he found a gap, and he cut up the middle of the field to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Thunderhawks, Rabers!
Rabers with a nice cutback there, able to cut it back left, and he was gone. Rabers, 38 yards for Grand Rapids.
Rabers, give him 6. 34-6. Thunderhawks on top, 7:27, third quarter. And Raleigh will line up for the PAT. Good vision by Rabers on that run. And we'll await
real nice cutback.
the kick. as the special teams unit sets. The snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, and it's good. It's 35-6, Thunderhawks, 7:27, and we are in your third quarter of play, and you're listening to Thunderhawks football on J105, the Thunder, J105radio.com, and subscribe to our YouTube at KOZY Sports. And welcome back to Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Marcus Lind alongside Jim Wimmer. The Wim Dog, Stacy back in studio. It's 35-6 Thunderhawks, 7:27 third quarter. In your third quarter on our stream, brought to you by First National Agency of Coloring.
Jackson Rabers putting on a show on that last carry.
38 yards on the touchdown. And line drive ground kick that is going to be finally tackled, but again, decent return by Duluth East. Special teams, last couple returns, of course, the first one went for a touchdown. That one gets Duluth East up in pretty decent field position up near their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, I noticed they kicked that one away from Lou. Lou showing some real good speed on that opening second half kickoff.
Again, Duluth East hustles to the line. Emerson is under center, and he will take it himself. Nope, then he will pitch it. Flag comes out late. Good collision. And Mason Johnson, yeah, lower your shoulder against him, Arians. that'll feel good in the morning.
Mason Johnson, he picks up that inside leg and just drives him back. That kid knows how to tackle.
And that is a penalty, though, against Duluth East. There is the flag, and it's a hold against the Greyhounds, and that'll back them up. 35-6. Grand Rapids leads 7-14. We are in your third quarter.
When you've got a couple inside linebackers like Johnson and Spawn, it is a huge advantage.
And now it's first down and 20 from the 29-yard line of East. And the ball's on the ground, and Emerson, did he get back on it? As Grand Rapids was diving on top of the pile as well.
And once again, Johnson and Spawn in the backfield. As quick as the ball was snapped, they were back on top of Emerson.
Slow getting up off of the pile. It looks like they might have been fighting for it on the other side. Flags come out as there's some skirmishes underneath. Joe Dick has the ball. He's holding the ball. Joe Dick has the football right now, but there's flags that flew everywhere coming out of this pile.
Joe Dick came out of the scrum with the ball.
And the defense is remaining on the field. There's 3 flags at where that pile was.
Well, looks like they're getting ready to march it off against East again.
And we're awaiting the official call here of what this is going to be. Again, that pile, the scrum there, was apparently getting pretty intense. And it will be a personal foul against Duluth East, personal foul against Grand Rapids, offsetting penalties, and we will replay the down.
Not surprising. Got a little rough in there, but Joe Dick feeling good about himself coming out of there.
He came out with the football. He came out with the football, but it will be Duluth East ball. And we want to thank Grand Rapids State Bank, Latville Lumber, Super One Foods, S&S Meats and Benders for bringing you this game tonight. It remains second down and 20. Ball at the 29-yard line of Duluth East. They have the football. One wide to the right, one to the left. Split backs in the backfield behind Emerson, who is going to be under center.
He's not going as quick as they were.
And another whistle.
Movement, maybe.
And now they're holding things up. Now they say, okay, we're ready to go. And Emerson is rolling, and he's going to throw it, and there's nobody there. I think his receiver fell down, and they're going to throw a flag late. A flag comes out late. That was Nelson who was laying on the field with his hands out, and maybe say he was hit and interfered with, because where Emerson threw that, there was just nobody in that area but Thunderhawks, and even there weren't close enough to make a play.
Yeah, and once again, Thunderhawks all over Emerson. He's got no room to work there.
And a pass interference call against Grand Rapids, and that will move things up. So you have Duluth East pinned back down in distance, and this one is going to mark things up. And it will remain second down across the way and inside about 8 yards. And then coming across, it looks like the Thunderhawks. I got him on the hard count.
Yeah, Emerson going to the hard count there, and looked like we had Alel jumping there.
And now we'll be second down and short. So what was a 2nd and 20 is now turned into 2nd and 2.
And I'm sure Coach Kinnan's not happy with his boys right now.
Ball at the 47-yard line of East. It's a pitch near side. Grand Rapids in the backfield, but good cutback, and coming upfield for a first down is Duluth East.
Is that Sylvester again?
That is going to be
4,
I believe, Nyberg.
Nyberg showing some shiftiness there, making a couple cuts.
And this will be first down and 10 for Duluth East, and they're into Thunderhawk territory now at the 49-yard line. Emerson will pitch this near side and forced out of bounds and near the original line of scrimmage. And again, number 41, Giffen, in there to make a play.
Giffen showing quickness on his pursuit there, able to get a hold of Aarons from behind there and pull him down.
So 6:04 third quarter. It's 35-6, Grand Rapids. Well, the Duluth East offensive possessions, they've chewed some time. Now, they haven't put points on the board, but they've maintained possession somehow, some way, whether it be penalties or. As they will throw it, and coming towards the middle of the field is Lou, and he's going to be swarmed up by Thunderhawks, but he gets a decent gain on it. But a flag comes out in the backfield. We'll see what this call is going to be. And the officials are talking right now. And it will be a personal foul, roughing the passer against Grand Rapids. And we really haven't seen the penalties and mistakes for Grand Rapids really since week 1. I mean, you kind of expect some of those things in week 1, and then you kind of clean them up. But Grand Rapids here on this possession have had Duluth East backed up in their own territory on a 2nd and 20, and all of a sudden Duluth East, really because of penalties, is now at a 1st and 10 inside the 30 of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it just seems like emotions are running a little wild out there. Our defense is getting fired up and just getting a little over-aggressive.
2 receivers set. Emerson now a whistle, and we're going to have a timeout.
Kenny wants to talk to the
Coach
boys.
K's already on the field. And his players probably don't want to come in.
Yeah, he says, don't even bring water.
But we'll keep it right here. We want to thank some more of our great sponsors for bringing you this game this evening. Again, timeouts on our stream brought to you by S&S Meats. We want to thank Mackley Auto Repair, M&H Gas, Itasca Economic Development Corporation, Woodland Bank, Grooms Property Management, the Timberlake Lodge, Nooches in the Corner, Northern Star Co-op Cenex, Grand Rapids Public Utilities Commission, 218 Supply, Cedar Creek Tavern, and Minnesota Deer Hunters Association. It is 35-6. Thunderhawks are on top with 5:34 left to go in the third quarter. But Duluth East is driving, looking for their first offensive touchdown, as it's been the special teams here to start the third quarter, but that took the kickoff back. But Duluth East has been kind of riding that momentum. And Grand Rapids is kind of on their heels a little bit, as you mentioned, Jim, with some of those maybe they're kind of amped up defensively, committing some penalties.
Yeah, I think emotion's getting a little high here, and the boys are making some mistakes. Kinney did give him water. I just want everybody to know that. But, yeah, he's just out there getting things cleaned up now. Let's clean her up, boys.
This is 35-6 again, Thunderhawks. We are at 5:34, third quarter. Third quarter is brought to you by First National Agency of Coleraine.
I would love to coach this defense. Wow.
Duluth East comes out to the line. It is a first down and 10. They are at Grand Rapids 28-yard line. And did they get Spawn thinks he did not come across. He was kind of coming towards the line of scrimmage and showing pressure. And they're going to say he came across, and they're going to give a 5-yard penalty to Duluth East.
Duluth East going with that hard, longer count, and Rapids biting on that hard count.
So 1st and 5 from the 23 of Grand Rapids. It's going to be a fake pitch. Emerson's back to pass, and again, too high. But as you've mentioned, Jim, he is under duress. And he is hit by number 66 for the Thunderhawks. That's Adric Adam.
Yeah, it looked like Ari Lampa helping out as well. So bringing a defensive back on that hard rush there.
2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line of Grand Rapids. And they do hustle, does Duluth East to the line as they've been doing all evening. But this time they're going to run twins to the right. Split backs in the backfield, Emerson under center. And he will take it himself, and he'll try to scoot forward, but he will be shy of a first down. He'll get to the 20, but it will be 3rd down and short for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, Emerson trying to get that little push there just to get enough to get the first down, coming up a little short.
Yeah, Marcus Lynn, Jim Wimmer with you. Stacy back in studio. So 3rd down and 2 with 5 minutes left to go. Third quarter is 35-6. Grand Rapids with the lead, but not wanting to give up any points here. Again, twins to the right, moving from left to right, and they will just run that same play with Emerson. I mean, he's going to have enough for a first down as he's going to pick up near 5 yards to the 15-yard line. And it will be a 1st down and 10 for Duluth East, deep inside Thunderhawk territory at the 15.
Emerson's got some size, and he can do some bull rushing of his own out there.
Now they'll break with one wide to the right, one to the left. Lou to the left. He's kind of their main receiver. Emerson under center. He's going to run right, pitch. Left, ball is dropped. It's rolling around. Emerson's going to jump on it, and it will be a loss on the play. So Grand Rapids now has an opportunity here. This is going to be 2nd down and long for Duluth East.
Emerson with the pitch to Aaron's trying to get around left side there, and not a good connection. I think they were feeling the pressure once again. Thunderhawks all over him in the backfield.
And they hustle up, and it will be Emerson back to pass. He throws it wide open near side. Now crossing to the 15, making a move. Good tackle by Johnson. Touchdown saving tackle is Nyberg. Was able to spin out of that tackle, take it in, but it'll be inside the 10-yard line now for Duluth East.
Mason Johnson, I just got to say, what a beautiful tackle out there in open space.
Emerson comes in from the sideline with the play for the Greyhounds. Ball is on the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Ball's on the near side hash. Duluth East will hand this one off, but the teeth of that Grand Rapids defense not allowing that one to go for anything. Spawn read that one well and makes a stick.
Spawn with a little help from his friends there, pushing Emerson back. There's nowhere to go there.
So loss of one on the play. It's 4th down for Duluth East, and this would be huge if Grand Rapids could turn them away here. A 4th and 4 from the, looks like, in between the 8 and 9-yard line.
Time to get some thunder going in this crowd.
Emerson under center. He takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's going to be hit. The ball is knocked away by Grand Rapids Reavers. Great defensive play in the secondary, and that will turn away the Greyhounds again. And Grand Rapids will take over on downs, 1st and 10.
Adric Adam in the backfield there all over Emerson as he was releasing that ball. Emerson did get a good ball off, but Reavers able to come up clutch there and knock that one away.
So Grand Rapids will have it 1st and 10, the ball at their own 8-yard line. And they have a little bit of a hole they've got to get out of here offensively. But they do turn away Duluth East. So 2:29, 3rd quarter, 35-6, Thunderhawks.
Emerson just getting no time out there tonight.
Spawn will get the offense going here for Grand Rapids. And they break.
I would imagine they're going to run clock as much as they can now.
One wide to the right, one to the left for the Thunderhawks. Spawn under center. He has the double wing set fullback behind him. And he will hand this one off, and it's Reavers who cuts inside, and he's running up the middle of the field, and they got out of that hole in a hurry as Reavers takes it up to near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that helps the cause. Reavers for about 23 on that carry. Busts that one out in midfield and up through the middle, was able to gain some nice space there for Rapids.
1st and 10 for the Thunderhawks, and they're going to be at now their own 31-yard line. Big-time run.
Yeah, that gives you a little relief. Get out there where you got some space.
Spawn under center. And Joe Dick back in the game at that right wing. And he was the man in motion. Now he goes in motion again. They will hand this off inside into Arlt, and he will be bottled up after he gains a few on the play, though. And it'll be 2nd down for the Thunderhawks.
Nice little cutback there. Was able to get a few out of that. Really nothing for him there, but able to get something out of nothing.
So ball on the near side hash. Kind of gain at 3. It's 2nd and 7. Ball is at the 34-yard line. Grand Rapids moving from right to left here in the 3rd quarter. 1:24 before the end of the quarter. It's 35-6. Thunderhawks. Now Twins to the right. That is Duell is the far man. Hajduk, the inside slot, and they will run the football. Does Grand Rapids kind of straight at Duluth East. And getting across the 35, Joe Dick. So he getting a good carry there, and it will be 3rd down for Grand Rapids. About 3rd and 5 from the 36-yard line of the Thunderhawks. And with 40 seconds counting, they will snap this one again before the end of the quarter. And it's a pitch, Reavers, and he's tackled in the backfield. Good tackle by Duluth East. Oh, my.
Number 10, we'll call him Valley.
And just kind of got a shoestring tackle around Reavers and brings him down. So it was 4th down for the Thunderhawks. But we look like we might try to just get this one, and they will take this one to the end of the quarter as there's 5 seconds left, and they're just going to allow the 3rd quarter to expire. Zero's on the clock for the 3rd quarter. It's 35-6, Grand Rapids. And when we come back, they will start the 4th quarter with a 4th down and 8. We'll see what Grand Rapids will elect to do as you are listening to Thunder Rock Football on J105, the Thunder, J105radio.com, and subscribe to our YouTube at KOZUI Sports.
See, the boys are down there watching defense in the little canopy. That's why Kinney's down on the sideline.
Yeah. It's working for him this year.
Yep.
So he's on crutches. That doesn't look good. And we are at Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Our fourth quarter brought to you by Ray Sport and Marine. And Grand Rapids will line up to punt this one away as it's a 4th and 8 to start the fourth quarter. Rabers will kick this. It's a high, wobbly kick and gets a slight Grand Rapids bounce, but somewhat of a shorter kick by Rabers there. And Duluth East will have good field position just on the left side of their 45-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10, so the defense will have their work cut out for them here. Grand Rapids leading 35-6 as we are now in your fourth quarter of play. Marcus Lind alongside Jim Wimmer. Stacy back in studio. Thank you for joining us.
Time for this defense to get disruptive.
Emerson under center. And he will be back to pass. He throws, intercepted! Giffen going the other way to the 30, cuts in the middle of the field to the 20, still on his feet, power into the 10, he wants it, and he's finally brought down. Grand Rapids with a big turnover, and they are in position offensively now to put some more points on the board. Big-time disruptive play for that Grand Rapids defense.
Giffen with the Van Ginkel on that one. Grabbing that one out on short space, midair, runs that back about 35 yards, sets Rapids up now for a good opportunity to put another 6 on the board.
Be 1st and goal from the Thunderhawks inside the 10-yard line from the 9. Spawn running the offense. If you're just joining us, Logan McNear, the starting quarterback for Grand Rapids. He is on crutches on the sideline to our kind of right in front of us here. The Spawn, obviously, starting quarterback last year, has a T formation behind him, and he will hand this off to Thiel. And Duluth East not letting Thiel really break free. Rabers has kind of had some big runs, but Thiel kind of really, outside of the touchdown he caught in the end zone, hasn't been able to break free in the running game just yet.
Yeah, he looked like he had some space there, but got tripped up just as he was getting to the line of scrimmage and really nowhere to go.
Looks like no gain on the play, so it remains 2nd and goal, again from the 9. Rush City 30, GNK 16 as they go to the fourth quarter. That game on KOZY. Wide to the right is Duell. And it's Spawn, rolling right he wants. Arlt, who is coming across to the 5, and he got hit, and he felt that one a little bit, but he's a tough kid, and he's back up on his feet, and you get hit in that thigh right there.
That burns.
And he found
that burns. I think we're going to see Johnson maybe getting back in. He's Johnson running down the sidelines.
He
here.
is. He's looking.
He says, "Put me in, coach."
But Arlt's like, nope. He's showing hands. He's like, nope, you ain't coming in. He's like, this is mine now. My job now. But he does gain some yards on the play. His 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Thunderhawks. One of the tough kids on this team. Spawn under center. And almost got East to jump with the motion from Rabers from left to right, but they will reset to the Thunderhawks. And this will be Spawn off the right side and a big hole for the touchdown. Oliver Spawn!
Oliver Spawn with a nice fake there to Alt. Alt with a host of Greyhounds hanging on him, and Spawn going in relatively untouched around right side.
Touchdown, Thunderhawks takes it up to 41-6 with 10:03 left to go in the fourth quarter. Raleigh will set it for the PAT. McKinney, use your holder. And we await the snap. The snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. And Grand Rapids now leads 42-6, 10:03 left to go in your ball game as we are in your fourth quarter, and you're listening to Thunderhawks football on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com, and subscribe to our YouTube at KOZY Sports. And we are back at Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Marcus Lind alongside Jim Wimmer. Stacy back in studio. Grand Rapids leads 42-6, 10:03 fourth quarter. Spawn taking one in from 5 yards out.
Yeah, and Marco Rowley perfect on the night as well with his PATs.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Ray Sport and Marine on the stream. Grand Rapids will kick from left to right. And the kick, bouncing kick that is tipped. It's a live ball, and it's on the ground. Grand Rapids may have gotten on top of it, and near the 35-yard line, Thunderhawks say they have it. And they do! Big-time special teams play number 32, Sam Arles. He's having a day.
Yeah, and Raleigh with the squib kick there had that one bounce and deflected off an East player, and a host of Grand Rapids players all over that. Thunderhawks come out of the pile with the ball.
And they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of East. And while we have a second, let's thank Magliato Repair, M&H Gas, Itasca Economic Development Corporation, Woodland Bank, Grooms Property Management, the Timberlake Lodge, Nuches in the Corner, Northern Star Co-op, Cenex, Grand Rapids Public Utilities Commission. Spawn will hand this one off, and it's Rabers, and he's, again, cutting inside, and boy, he is still fighting for it across the 20. Rabers just does not want to be stopped as he's just shy of the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Rabert's picking on up 20-plus on that carry, just churning those legs, driving. Raber's doing that on his own. He was carrying guys. He must have carried guys 10 yards there.
Barnum leads Deer River 18-6 to the fourth quarter. So Deer River in a little bit of a bind here.
Yeah.
Grand Rapids just trying to extend the lead. It's 42-6, 8.5 minutes to go in the game.
McKinney in.
McKinney back in at quarterback. He's got one wide to the right, one to the left. And we're actually seeing quite a few different players in now into the backfield as they will hand this off inside. And still running forward are the Thunderhawks, and that is going to be Owen Stark.
Grand Rapids showing that depth again, Marcus.
And, hey, it would be a fantastic night if Grand Rapids could put another one in here with some of these younger guys getting in there. And it's going to be second down for the Thunderhawks after a gain of 3. So it's 2nd and 7. But the ball is at the 13-yard line. McKinney under center. He looks over the defense. And he will, again, hand this one off inside. Stark powers forward across the 10 to the 9. And again, you know, we talk about the depth, kind of these skill positions, but these guys up front keep moving people. Even the depth up front with the big guys continues to be a power for Grand Rapids.
And that just says something about the program, Marcus. When you have this kind of depth, that means that you're building from, you know, from your 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. You're bringing these guys up, and they're ready to go when they get up to this varsity level.
So it's 3rd and 3 for Grand Rapids from the east 9-yard line. They will line up one to the right, one to the left, double wing formation, fullback behind McKinney. McKinney will take it himself off the left side. He wants the end zone. He's fighting to the 5, but he will have enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal, Grand Rapids.
McKinney there on the fake, kept that himself, went around left side, found enough space there to get us 1st and goal from the 5.
Grand Rapids. Let's get up to near 50 points. 6.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. It's 42-6 Thunderhawks. McKinney, some of the younger guys on this team, maybe some guys who don't get significant playing time in the game. It's always good to see, especially at this time of the season. McKinney's under center. And he will hand this one off to Stark again, who's swarmed up by East players, and finally they bring him down. But, boy, those fullback positions are just monstrous for Grand Rapids. As Owen Stark, he is a junior, 6'1", 190.
Yeah, that's a load. When you have guys that size, and tell you what, they've got something going here.
2nd and goal for the Thunderhawks from the 4. They come up to the line, ball's on the far side hash. They're moving from left to right. One to the right, one to the left as far as receivers. Double wing fullback set behind McKinney. McKinney will go off the right side, and he is, looks like he's across the plane. Where's the signal? Touchdown! Thunderhawks, number 5, Braden McKinney, give him 6.
Good for McKinney. Grand Rapids putting in their backups, able to go in there and drive that ball in for a touchdown. Nice job.
48-6, Grand Rapids on top. And they will line up for the PAT to add another one on. We await the snap. The whistle is blown. McKinney just scored, and now he's going to be the holder. Hold is down, kick is up, it's on the way, and it is good! It is 49-6, Thunderhawks. 5:31 left to go in the ball game. And Grand Rapids is rolling. This is Thunderhawk football on J105, the Thunder, J105radio.com, and subscribe to our YouTube at KOZY Sports.
Thunderhawks making a statement here.
Yeah, 'cause they're blasting them out. Well, with better than what Hermantown did with a lot of backups for Rapids tonight.
Yeah.
And we are back at Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Our fourth quarter brought to you by Ray Sport and Marine. Grand Rapids leads a 49-6. McKinney getting the last touchdown from 4 yards out. And Grand Rapids will kick this one off from left to right. And again, another grounder kick that's bouncing. This time, though, picked up and fielded and up near the 40-yard line for Duluth East.
Yeah, good. Thunderhawks doing a nice job here tonight offensively, putting up 4 TDs in the first half and now answering with 3 more in the second half, just pouring it on.
Again tonight at halftime, not only did we see the band play, but the lead blocker recipient was Lila Crow. She does a lot in our community.
And our own Tammy Kotke handing that award off.
Yeah. Duluth East can remain with the starters in, and they will hand this one off and get across the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line, moving from right to left.
Not only that, but they also have the youth football teams here tonight. They were out there greeting the Thunderhawks as they ran onto the field to start the game. It's really nice to get those young guys out here hanging out with the big boys.
2nd down and 4 from the 47. It's going to be pitched near side. And now getting across the 50 to the 40 is Duluth East.
Sylvester showing some speed there.
And Grand Rapids still rotating different guys in. Looks like they're trying to get as many guys in as they can to get some reps. And these are going to be quality reps against good starting unit for Duluth East.
Yeah, East still has their dogs out there, so this could be a test for the boys.
1st and 10 for the 31, but boy, they show up defensively, coming in and making a stick on that one. Number 6, Lucas Asplund with the tackle.
Yeah, impressive. He looked like Oliver Spawn on that tackle, or Mason Johnson. You can tell that he's been paying attention.
Yes, he has. Big time hit. So 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line of Grand Rapids. East has the football. 49-6 Thunderhawks with under 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. It's a pitch right side, trying to get to the corner. Is Duluth East? They do, but got enough of him to get him out of bounds with Sylvester. So Stark with the tackle. And it'll be a 1st down, though, for the Greyhounds.
Sylvester, kind of a shifty runner out there. He's got some speed. He's listed as a junior.
Duluth East comes to the line, 1st and 10 from the Thunderhawk 23-yard line. And they will hand this one off inside in a few yards on the play. But the Grand Rapids defense there, and Arians pushes forward. It'll be 2nd down for the Greyhounds.
Giffen's name being called again on that tackle. He's having a night.
2nd and 5 from the 17-yard line of Grand Rapids. East is moving from right to left as we see it. One wide receiver spread wide to the left. It will be a pitch trying to get upfield, but Grand Rapids able to not quite get enough of him. Looks like it'll be a first down for Duluth East. And Noah Keekle tried to slow him up, but again, this is a good test for second, third units coming in against a starting squad for Duluth East. And with 1:50 left to go in the game, Duluth East has a 1st and 10 from the 12, and it's 49-6 Thunderhawks.
Sylvester again on that carry.
And they will hand this off inside and try to push forward. Now there's just both teams pushing back and forth, and they blow the whistle.
Got a little rugby scrum going on out there.
Be 2nd down for the Greyhounds. 49-6 Thunderhawks. Nearing a minute to go in the game.
Kinney trying to get his defense to hold them to a shutout here defensively.
2nd and 6. Ball's at the 8. It's an option right side. The pitch is there, and this will be a touchdown for Duluth East. And that's Aarons. And it will now be 49-12.
With 1 minute.
1 minute exactly in the 4th quarter.
Aaron's kind of twisting and turning there, finding some space, able to dance his way into the end zone.
And they will appear to go for 2 here. Will Duluth East. Under center, Emerson. And he will take it himself. And the official signal. They're going to say no, he didn't get in. So great job by Grand Rapids to hold him out. Score remain 49-12 with a minute left to go in the 4th quarter. And that was a good one by Grand Rapids on that 2-point conversion. And we'll be back for your final minute of plays. You're listening to Thunderhawks Football, J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com, and subscribe to our YouTube at KOZY Sports.
Young guys coming off the field with their heart going. Feels good.
Feels good.
You got a guy yet? Rabers?
I think so.
Rabers or Spawn?
Let's do Rabers.
Yeah, he's had a couple weeks here.
It sounds like we're going to do Rabers for our post game. We're talking who we got. Our post game's coming up. Of course, Extra Yards with Super Joe at 10:05 on KOZY. And right here on J105, our 4th quarter brought to you by Radio Sport Marine. Marcus Lind alongside Jim Wimmer. Stacy back in studio. Grand Rapids on top, 49-12 over Duluth East. A minute left to go in the game. Duluth East, with their starting unit, scored a touchdown with Aaron's not that long ago, but against the Thunderhawks, some of the young guys, and now they're going to get a return as Grand Rapids. And good special teams fighting. Flag comes out late, and that was Jamison Joel, and he kind of dangerous at the kick game too. He about had 1 tackle to break, and that would have been exciting.
Yeah, there was some after the whistle extracurriculars going on there for East. I think they're going to tag on 15 more.
Well, it's 51.4 seconds left. It's 49-12 Thunderhawks, and they are going to tag on these yards. And this is going to march it all the way up to Duluth East territory at the 49-yard line.
Number 14's got to learn to quit playing when they blow the whistle.
Yes. Some frustrations maybe coming out.
I imagine East thought they were going to be in this game tonight, but we had a feeling that this defense.
And we have another quarterback into the game now and running it off the right side, getting hit the whole. And that is Jack Johnson, number 18, 6'1", 170 junior. and he was welcome to the game
He got
by Duluth East.
looked like he got some positive yardage there. We're going to give him a few. He's going to get some yards in the stats.
Yeah, he got about 4 yards there. And will they get another snap off? 3 seconds. They do. And they hand this off. Ball ends up on the ground and jumped on by Grand Rapids. But that will do it. Zero's on the clock. The Thunderhawks get another win. They're undefeated at home. And it is 49-12. Thunderhawks with the win. And we'll be back for your post-game show as you are listening to Thunderhawks football on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com, and subscribe to our YouTube at KOZY Sports. Cool. Thank you. I don't know where Lost and Found goes. That was left in the stands. And welcome back to Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Marcus Lind alongside Jim Wimmer. Stacy back in studio. Grand Rapids, well, they got another one. Got another win on the board as they defeat Duluth East 49-12. The team, they meet in the end zone to our left, and now in the big huddle, and then they break into 3 separate huddles, and they are continuing their post-game chats. Some of the young guys, young football players have come out, and they're going to get some autographs on some posters, it looks like. And It's just celebratory. It's now the students dressed in camo tonight for Grand Rapids. They're coming out to the field to meet their friends and talk about the win tonight over the Greyhounds of Duluth East, 49-12. Duluth East is across the way from us here at the press box near their 30-yard line to the right side, and they are huddled up and they are having a conversation. And they had some good things that happened for them tonight, Duluth East, but just couldn't get past Grand Rapids, whose defense, again, is just absolutely incredible this season, playing lights out. And offensively, a lot of different personnel groupings for Grand Rapids in this one. As starting quarterback Logan McNear in the first half came out, and in the second half is on crutches on the sideline, and we'll definitely try to get you some updates on him as we get closer to next week's game. But between Braden McKinney and Oliver Spahn, they came in and led the charge. In fact, both Spahn and McKinney have touchdowns in this game, and that contributed to the 49-12 victory for Grand Rapids. Jim Wimmer is down on the field trying to get our post-game interview with Jackson Rabers, and we want to thank our sponsors for bringing you this game again on our stream, brought to you by the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association is our post-game. And we also want to thank Cedar Creek Tavern, 218 Supply, Northern Star Co-op, Senex Nooches in the Corner, the Timberlake Lodge, Grooms Property Management, Woodland Bank, Itasca Economic Development Corporation, M&H Gas, Mackley Auto Repair, Benders, S&S Meats, Super One Foods, Latville Lumber, Grand Rapids State Bank, Atchison Tire, Deerwood Bank, Northern Portables, Dale's Auto Buddy, and Mr. Furnace. In our post-game interview, already here, fantastic, as we are joined now with Jackson Rabers. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well after watching that, a 49-12 win over East. Tell me about it out there. You had a heck of a game, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was a very competitive game. Got chippy, which, that always just makes it fun, Very competitive. I mean, we just dominated on both sides for the most part. And, it's always fun when you can go do that to a team with your boys.
So offensively, you seem to be seeing something in the running game. I like that little cutback. You had quite a few yards offensively tonight. What were you seeing in their defense that allowed you to get that positive yardage?
They were blitzing hard to the middle almost every play. So, we adjust a few things on a couple of our plays where we bounce outside, and, that helped us a lot.
And defensively, so far this season, you guys have really kind of been stifling. Talk about the secondary and what you guys have been able to do out there so far this season.
Yeah, our secondary is good. We watch our keys. That's like the main thing we practice in practice. So just watching our keys, reading runner pass, and pass. We just watch our guy.
Well, and they were kind of known for their passing game, and they had some good receivers out there. Of course, their quarterback, and you were able to make some plays. What did you kind of see out there from your personal standpoint?
After the one, I had my eyes in the backfield. I really locked in and just watched my receiver and just, played football. So,
Played football in a big way again, 49-12. And now you continue to win. You're undefeated at home, but you go on the road next week against Hermantown. That's going to be a big one.
Yep.
What are your thoughts as you go up against the Hawks?
We're just going to have a good week of practice, grind. And, that's going to be a dogfight through the whole game. So.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And, hey, go celebrate out there. It's always a great atmosphere here in Grand Rapids. Congratulations on a heck of a game, 49-12. And Jackson Rabers joining us. Again, congratulations, and thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
And we will be back, and we'll be joined with Jim, and we'll wrap things up here from Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Again, the Thunderhawks defeating the Greyhounds 49-12. And this is Thunderhawks football on J105, the Thunder J105radio.com, and you can subscribe to our YouTube stream at KOZUS Sports. They got him. Wow. That's interesting, because between I was Barnum and Bram last week that had the battle. And I tell you what, the team in that section again is MIB. I mean, going up from 9 to 11, and they're still. They're the undefeated team in the section right now. So.
Yeah, that's got to be scary.
And that's the last game of the season for those two. Deer River MIB. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Just give us a minute. We'll wrap things up and get out, so we can get some equipment back and get Joe going.
what a fun couple weeks.
Yes. Welcome back to Noble Hall Field in Grand Rapids. Marcus Lind alongside Jim Wimmer, Stacy back in studio. Again, our post game brought to you by the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association. Just talked with Jackson Rabers. Boy, he had one heck of a game offensively and defensively for the Thunderhawks. Helped contribute to a 49-12 win over Duluth East.
Yeah, so impressive. I mean, all three phases of the game. Outside of that kick return touchdown for East, it was a very clean game. You know, we had some penalties going on there at the end of the second half, but third quarter, you know, as Jackson was talking, got a little chippy. But when you're playing a rival like East, you know, some emotions are going to come out. But Grand Rapids coming out 49-12 final, that's boys got to feel good about that.
Got to feel good about it. Undefeated at home here. It's got to feel really good about that, too. But go on the road, as we were just talking to Jackson, we're going to Hermantown. And that's going to be that's really the one I have circled, Jim. I mean, if the section continues to play out like it is, that might be, again, it's obviously preliminary, but that could be for the section.
Yeah.
Is that game?
Yeah, it might be the one seed up for grabs, and
Yeah.
that's going to be that's going to be an important one.
That is. It's gonna be a battle. Although you look at it, Duluth East played better against Hermantown than they did here against Grand Rapids. And I mean, obviously the offense has been rolling. I mean, 49 points, but I cannot say enough about Coach K, what he's doing with his defense. This defense is just crazy good, and they are so physical.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, between Spawn and Johnson, not linebackers, but those guys up front, as Mason talked last week, those guys up front, Cherney and Halal and Adam, I mean, and they got so much depth in allowing those linebackers to go. And, of course, Rabers having the great game. Those secondary guys are playing fantastic, too. This defense is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, not even to mention the pick six he had last week, along with Fields' interception. I mean, the secondary's playing well also. So, I mean, this defense is just something.
It is absolutely something, and they are excited here in Grand Rapids after they get the big win. 49-12 over Duluth East. Of course, with a little bit of a recap, we'll have Super Joe on KOZY, 1320 AM, 93.1 FM with extra yards. Him and Tom Downey will be recapping this game as well as some others. We'll give you a score. Deer River actually loses tonight to Barnum, 18-16. We were talking a little bit off air, Jim. I mean, that section right now, MIB is undefeated.
Yeah.
And, I mean, moving from 9 to 11, man. And the Rangers find a way.
That could be a dogfight who's going to come out of that section.
So, again, it is a battle. And, of course, G&K was in a fight as well against Rush City. But we had a fun one here in Grand Rapids, Jim. 49-12, putting it up again 2 weeks in a row.
Man, Grand Rapids putting up more than 100 points in the last two games, just pouring it on offensively, but the defense stifling, just shutting them down, disruptive. I just can't say that enough. Just so impressed with this defense, and I just feel like, you know, Spawn and Johnson in the middle there are just kind of leading that charge.
And, of course, you know, our thoughts going out to some of the injured players for Grand Rapids because Grand Rapids not even playing at full strength right now. Ethan Morgan out of this game. Of course, we see Logan McNear, although he is putting a little bit more weight on that leg right now than he was at halftime. He is on crutches in front of us, but he is putting some weight on that left leg. They've got it all wrapped up. So, hopefully – he's got one of the young folks coming over and tapping it. So
how's the leg feel?
How's that doing? But
don't do that.
Hopefully, you know, obviously, you know, Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital is always here as a sports medicine provider, not only of Grand Rapids but of you know, Greenway, G&K, and all the teams coming out. Of Coleraine, of course, Keewatin and Nashwauk, but we'll see how it goes. He's being talked to right now. He looks in a lot better spirits than he did there in the first half, so hopefully he can be back here before too much longer, of course, with Ethan Morgan. A lot of these other guys are banged up, but next man up, Jim, and the Grand Rapids proved it tonight, and they did not drop off at all, getting that 49-12
Well, unfortunately, when you have a guy like Spawn sitting on the bench, and not to mention McKinney, you got a couple guys behind McNear that are fully capable. But McNear, I mean, I've been so impressed with him, and this is unfortunate. Hopefully it's just a sprain, or it's not too serious, and we'll see him back before the end of the season.
Yeah, he's getting some hugs from his some young folks out there and some of his friends and family. So it'll be a good one, though, next week. So we expect you to tune in. Of course, we will be radioing it right here on J105, the Thunder from Hermantown. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a big one. From what I understand, they have a new facility. Is that what I hear?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. So we are going to go to Hermantown, and it's going to be a battle against the Hawks. So tune in next week for that right here on J105, the Thunder. We appreciate you joining us. It's been so much fun. Again, our post-game show brought to you by the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association. Final score, 49-12, Grand Rapids over Duluth East. For Jim Wimmer, I'm Marcus Lynn. For Stacy, back in studio. Go Thunder Hawks, and we'll talk to you next week. Until then, have a good night, everyone.